Hi friends, it's your pal Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about the 7 levels of TPRG, of tabletop role-playing games. And today we're going to talk about level 6, Legend, the Legend level. I'm not going to bury the lead. The level 6 of tabletop role-playing games is Dungeons and Dragons. Wait, Scott, what? Why wouldn't it be level 7? Why wouldn't it be the top level? What's better than Dungeons and Dragons? Well, first of all, you'll have to watch the next video for that. But I want to explain that I do think Dungeons and Dragons properly fits at the Legend level. Not the top level, at the level right below the top, level 6, Legend. So Dungeons and Dragons is a legend. On a fateful day, a Thursday, February 7th, 1974, Gary Gygax set onto planet Earth, Dungeons and Dragons. I think this fundamentally, like in the Bible, yeah, like you have the Bible, that really changed humanity. It changed history, right? Not at that level, okay, but at the level of an incredibly important book. Dungeons and Dragons, Zero Edition, Day One Edition, it changed humanity. I think we'll be unpacking for 1,000 years, what Gary really meant with Dungeons and Dragons. It changed how humans interact with narrative, and it changed how humans interacted with identity, right? And it told people, listen, you're not one person, right? You're 30 people. Your heart can beat on 30 worlds, right? And the stories that each one of yourselves inhabit, those are bound by this original author, by you, and by fate itself with these math rocks. And there's just nothing like it. It is a hinge in history. There's the day Jesus Christ was born, and then, not as important, below that, but there's the day that Gary, released Dungeons and Dragons. It changed how we interact with narrative and identity, and I think it changed humans permanently. I don't think we're ever going to go back. I really feel bad for people who don't play Dungeons and Dragons, who only have one self, who only know one story, and don't understand that the best stories in the world are collaboratively created, and all the collaborators are literally interrupted by fate itself. That model is peerless, and what Gary set into place with Dungeons and Dragons is just it's incredible. It's a legend. It's a legend in the space, right? And we've had it for 5 decades, and it's gone through journeys, right? Like twice in 50 years, 2 separate groups that were literally diametrically opposite, both came to burn Dungeons and Dragons to ash and make sure that it did not survive on the planet Earth. And they both shouted the same words literally 40 years apart. In 1983, parents all over America were like, D&D be gone. And they meant it. Like, they burned the books in physical pyres, right? And in 2023, atheists came for Dungeons and Dragons again and said D&D be gone. And this time they were angry about the OGL crisis of 2023, but they also burned books. They're this time on digital pyres, right? Said, oh, delete your D&D Beyond account. I know you have hundreds of books but delete your account so that all those books are burned in digital ash, right? And there's really nothing like Dungeons and Dragons. It is a absolute peerless tabletop role-playing game that set the entire ball rolling, and that still to this day carries the entire industry on its back, the way Michael Jordan, who was also a legend, carried every single bull, right? Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.